5 years ago, I got to test Dragster RR, the stylish 800cc triple-cylinder streetfighter from MV Agusta. Here is the footage. I mean, look at that idiot. Getting all excited, lying on the floor. What a moron. Now, however, I'm riding the same model again, a 2016 Dragster RR from the sales floor of Fire It Up.
So 5 years ago, I rode one of these, and you saw, I was being an absolute buffoon. I was lying on the floor, I was getting all excited, going over the top, and I mean, what the hell? Now, I'm 5 years older, 5 years wiser, 5 years more mature, and I completely understand. This thing, I mean, watch it, I'm gonna go down to first gear, I'm gonna close my visor, watch it. Did you feel that? Did you hear it? Well, you didn't feel it, but I mean, it has so much punch. How did they get that much punch out of an 800cc triple? I don't know. It feels like it's just coming on with 1,000,000 horsepower. It's not. I mean, it's making a lot, but not 1,000,000. And the way it's so light and so nimble and so everything, and that sound, and oh man, I feel 5 years younger.
The love for this bike is justified. It is a masterpiece, not just to ride, but as a work of art, something MV Agusta is rather good at. However, that was 2016, and 2020 brings forth new pleasures. Here we have the new model. To describe the difference between it and the older bike, let's look at your presenter. Obviously, he is a gift to everyone who knows him, a credit to the human race, and a prime specimen of humanity. Naturally, he is also incredibly good looking. In fact, he's often been described as an oil painting. On the other hand, here we have Zoe Bosch. Some people watching Ignition TV might recognize her as the face of the Mobile 1 V8 supercars. Like Zoe, the 2020 Dragster is more refined. Its lines have more of an appeal. Its looks have been better thought out. There are stunning intricacies that are a joy to behold. It has a beauty that cannot be fully justified by mere words, and a glamour that the older generation simply cannot hold a candle to. However, like Zoe, the 2020 Dragster isn't just a pretty face. Some people are just annoyingly gifted, although the Dragster is a little less picky. Unlike Zoe, who keeps telling me what a great friend I am, and she loves me like a brother, I can actually take this thing on a date. And a looker of a date it is. It still has those characteristic spoke wheels, but the headlight is now LED, while the taillight is now a singular piece of art, accompanied by a sculpture of a tailpiece. It is exquisite in every way, including on the road.
So now, this is the new one. Technically, the specs look exactly the same size motor, same dimensions, same power figures, everything. But yet somehow they've sort of refined this one. Where the last one was just a screaming animal, this one is an animal in a suit that can go to dinner parties and then scream when it gets home later, when it can. It can still, though, do this. Ha ha! Yes!
In Indeed, the performance figures are the same. The 800cc triple motor still pushes 140 horsepower and still has 87 Nm of torque. But there are some changes to the motor innards. The primary gears, valve guides and cam phasing have all been refined, with new fuel maps for a smoother delivery. But more so, there's a completely new gearbox and one of the most exciting two-way quick shifters ever made.
That quick shifter, oh, that auto blip, oh man. Ah, I'll never grow tired of that.
The forks are kept Italian with Mazzocchi and the rear shock is from Sachs. The brake calipers are from Brembo. And to add to the quick shifter, there is a full complement of electronic aids. The only thing missing is a TFT dash. And that we will forgive this once because the rest of the bike is such a masterpiece.
So fast on steering. I mean, I'm not turning the bike. I really am not. I'm doing nothing. I look in that direction and the bike goes whoop. And then I want to look in that direction and the bike goes whoop. There's nothing to it. And it's so small. It has this really compact kind of feel about it. Where it's like there's hardly any motorbike between me and the road. It's like, here's me, road. It really is a great feeling. It's like participation. You're just kind of, everything is here in front of you. It's happening right in front of you. I'm basically floating on a really loud magic carpet.
Of course, MV Agusta is designed by Italians and they have come over very Italian. Take, for example, these mirrors. Of course, they're stuck here at the end of the handlebar. Looks really great. But it's a bit of a problem if you've got wide elbows. So they've thought of that and there we go. One small problem though, these mirrors are the same level as the car mirrors. So when you're lane splitting, it's a bit of a problem. But don't worry, they've thought of that too. Of course, now you can't see behind you, but meh. They've also thought about the passenger. Now obviously Italians, they're going to have a passenger at some stage. But you only want to see the stuff about the passenger when you're carrying the passenger, which is why the passenger foot pegs fold out like that.
You feel fabulous. You see this bike when you walk up to it. I mean, the ride doesn't start when you pull off. The ride starts when you walk up to the bike and you see it and you go, yes, that bike. I'm going to ride that. And that sets the tone for the whole day. And this is one of those sort of motorcycles where it's in your garage and you'll be in your bed at night time lying there and you'll be happy. You'll be smiling because you know this bike is in your garage. This is one of those really special machines. It's so great. I love it. This is the best thing that has ever happened. I know I say that a lot and I'll probably say it again on another bike, but as I sit right here, right now, this is the best thing that has ever happened.
Don, there can't be many, if any, competitors for this bike.
Yeah, we did the whole mid-range thing with the Z900 and all of that, but it's just not the same thing. I mean, it's a different league completely. It's something else. The one thing I will say though is you can tell it's a different league because the price sort of reflects that quite well. Yeah, okay, so previously we had the Z900. We said it was the best price, 155,000 Rand. From the rest, the other mid-range went up to about 180,000 Rand. This one, in standard trim, 299,000 Rand. The one we rode, it's got an SC exhaust, optional extra, and a few other little bits and pieces, 329,000 Rand.
Okay, look, there's no beating around the bush. That is quite a lot of money. However, I can't think of another bike, mid-range or not, another naked bike that's as damned attractive and desirable and sounds as awesome as that does. I mean, thinking about it, Don, last week, was it, you had the H2, the ZH2, the naked Kawasaki, which, if my memory serves me, was about the same price.
A similar sort of price. And I mean, okay, if you use your brain,
It's just, well, it's a no-brainer actually. I mean, the ZH2, it's faster, it's probably got better performance in many ways. It's probably going to cost you less in the long run. It's a better parts, better resale value. So, I mean, it makes all the sense in the world, and yet I take the MV every single time over the ZH2.
Don, that's exactly what motorbiking is about. You can take all the numbers and the Rands and the Sense and the power figures and say it's a no-brainer, which it is, but biking isn't just about numbers. It's about feelings and about passion and about the absolute gut-wrenching, fizzing feeling you get when you ride a motorcycle, and you've just summed it up perfectly. You take the one that doesn't make any sense. Listen, we are super short of time, so I'm just going to have to ask you to sum it up, Don. I mean, if you've got to put it in a sentence or two, what is the MV Dragster RR? What is it?
I'm not sure. It's like that girl in school that you like, that is just completely out of your league.
You mean like Zoe then?
Shut up.
And on that beautiful note, let's take an ad break.